What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Nintendo Land, and today we have yet again another Super Smash Bros. Battle Royale to see who would be best in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Of course, today we are moving back on to the Mario series of things and looking at Super Mario Odyssey. And here we have 45 different Mario Odyssey capture abilities competing to see which one would be the best for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I've also heard your comments on the past videos, and you guys told me that you wanted to see me kind of create a moveset for each of these, a little small moveset, because let's face it, most of these capture abilities only have 1 or 2 attacks, and that's pretty much the general gist of each one. So we're going to kind of open our minds and see what the potential of each one of these captures could have, and if they actually could perform really well in Smash. So if you guys are new to the channel and not exactly sure how this works, I'm going to go through each and every single one of these row by row as quickly as I can and kind of briefly discuss if they could make it in Smash or not. If they do, they get a check mark. If not, they get an X. And then at the very end, we'll break it down to 4 winners, and then eventually 3, then 2, and then finally our number 1 winner that would make it in Smash Ultimate. Now, before we get started, yes, I know these are not the total list of the 51 or 52, I think, Mario Odyssey captures. I kind of cut the list down on some things that were repeated a lot. For instance, there were 3 different chain chomps, and we didn't need all 3 chain chomps. And another thing, here is the perfect time for you guys to vote for who you think will win. Put it down in the comments below and find out if you are correct. And also, if you guys are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe and help us grow. We are almost at 50,000 subscribers. And also, like the video if you enjoyed it. It helps the video to reach a larger audience. But without further ado, let's get into the list. The Moai has an ability to see things that we can't see with the naked eye, so when they put the shades on, they see invisible platforms, and there's not really much he could do with that in Smash. Maybe he can make platforms appear and disappear and have different ways to jump around the stage, but in general, the Moai doesn't attack, and even finding a moveset for him probably wouldn't work. Okay, obviously the T-Rex would be pretty sweet. Look how gigantic he is, and he just runs over anything in his path. He can bite, swing his head around, and he is just an absolute terror of a beast. The Goomba is a pretty basic one, but I'm going to put him on this list because Piranha Plant is in here, and Goomba deserves a chance. He can rally up a whole bunch of different Goombas, jump on top of each other, create Goomba towers, and maybe even grow Para-Goomba wings for his recovery. Even though I put him on this list as well, I think Goomba would do pretty well. The Knuckle-Tech Fist would be pretty cool because you could pretty much be your own version of Master Hand, which you could probably punch people, slam people on the ground, pick them up. You'd be pretty OP as a giant fist, so I'm going to give him a shot. Lakitu has the ability to go fishing anywhere he pretty much wants to, underneath the sand, anywhere. So I don't really know what this would do in Smash. His grab maybe would be really good, but besides that, I can't really think of a moveset that would be really cool with just fishing, so Chain Chomp is another one of those Mario enemies I think would be fun in Smash. He could do a lot of things, maybe pin himself in the ground and swing around his peg, chase after people and start chomping on them, and maybe even get bigger for like one of the bigger versions and start just biting on people and hanging on to them. I don't know, he could be pretty cool. Bullet Bill could move pretty fast in the air and probably home in on his opponents, but the thing with Bullet Bill is he kind of explodes on contact, so he would die as soon as he hit somebody. It'd be like a kamikaze. The binoculars are just that, binoculars. They help Mario see. Not in Smash. The Cactus is another one I had to put on here. All he does is hop away from a spot that he has to dig into. That's it. Frog Mario can jump super high. I mean, his recovery would be insane. You could really never knock him off the platform, but the frog is a frog at the end of the day. He doesn't really have any type of special attacks or abilities, and you really can't even make any up because it's a frog. Glydon has the ability to glide, and he's a really soft-spoken NCP in the game, so he really probably wouldn't do anything either, but just glide onto the stage horizontally. His horizontal recovery would also be really great, but that's it. Just like the other two, the Mini Rocket has a great recovery potential because it's a rocket after all. It just shoots up vertically, but yeah, it's a rocket after all. That's all it is. I'm going to give the Para-Goomba pretty much the same general treatment as the regular Goomba because I could just think the regular Goomba would grow wings for his up B, so let's just put him on the list. The thing with Spark Mario is he's only active if he's on a Spark zipline, which is kind of difficult because no stage really contains this, so it'd be hard for him to even be alive. Same thing goes with Zipper. Zipper would need some type of wall or something to unzip, some type of pattern. I don't even know what else he would be able to unzip, but the players, this one is just a weird one. An uproot Mario would be pretty cool. He could actually uppercut people with an up smash, jumping out of the ground with his long legs, or even walk over top of people, maybe pop back up on the stage for a recovery, and all kind of cool stuff. So I think uproot would have a really good chance here. Maybe a lot of vine attacks. That'd be cool. Okay, I had to add the boulder in this puzzle art stone piece, but let's face it, all they did was move. The boulder barely scooted anywhere, and the stone piece just rotated for a puzzle. I had to put them on here. The taxi car would be great. I don't care. I'm doing it. Mario's going to be a taxi, and he's going to run over everybody on the stage. It's going to be awesome. It's happening. Now, for the most part, Cheep Cheeps have to be in water to survive, but he could be flopping on land using water wave attacks, kind of like Squirtle, but I just found one other enemy in this list to kind of top him off, and I think he would be cooler, so I don't think Cheep Cheep is quite going to make this one. Sherm could be a cool little variant of Snake where he could shoot rockets out, maybe torpedoes, drop grenades, all kind of cool army, kind of military style stuff, because he is a tank, and he could kind of be like the tank from We Play. No one remembers that? All right. I always loved the Hammer Bros and their other brother affiliates, whether it be Fire or Boomerang, and here we have Fire Bro, and I think he'd be pretty cool. I think they could actually come up with a cool moveset to have him jump around and create different types of fire. Maybe 3 fireballs, maybe 1 giant one, just different stuff like that, and I think that could be pretty sweet. A manhole is not going to work, but I don't know, maybe you could throw it like a frisbee and kind of hit people in the head with it. Now we have either the Fire Piranha Plant or the Poison Piranha Plant, and I put them kind of both together since they're practically the same, but we already have Piranha Plant in the game, so I'm like, you know, this one is not going to be much different. And then we have Pole Mario. No. We now have Mario as a human person from New Donk City. I don't... Yes, we're putting him on a list because who wouldn't want to be a human from New York? I mean, he could even drive a little RC car around and trip people, and you could just, like, give people briefcases and business meetings. It's happening. The Chevarian Racer is pretty cool because it would turn Mario into like a heavyweight where he can roll around and knock people over. He can even bounce up and down on the track, and it'd just be pretty neat. I think he could do some cool things where he could grab you and like roll on top of you, kind of like Jigglypuff's, down throw. So, I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool. Then you have a tree. Once again, no. Tropical Wiggler could be kind of cool because he could wrap his body around you and squeeze you, or he can extend to grab the stage because he has lots of length which he can extend to, which would be pretty cool for different movesets. A long grab, maybe long projectiles, maybe he'll shoot pieces of his body out. I don't know, but I think a Wiggler character would be pretty cool. Typhoo could work like a stronger version of Gus Bellows, where he could just blow people off the stage whenever, and I think it'd be pretty OP. He could also use different cloud things, maybe make small duplicates of him, like the little things from Mario Maker that shoot you up into the air, and kind of keep enemies on their toes, which would be pretty cool. Lava Bubble just seems like a less powerful version of what the Fire Bro could do, so I'm not really sure about him. Bowser's statue is just a statue of Bowser. Yep, moving on. And then we have Meet Mario. So pretty much what Meet Mario does is he wiggles, and then the giant bird grabs him. And same thing as Fire Bro, Hammer Bro has a lot of projectiles at his disposal, and he can kind of just space his opponents out, and he can throw all kind of things, even like frying pans from Super Mario Odyssey. Gushing also has a lot of attacks in the game. He can fly through the air with jet-propelled water, or even shoot the water in any direction that he wants. So he can actually use them as projectiles in the game, and like kind of like Inkling when he runs out of water, he can down B to refill and continue going, which could be a pretty cool mechanic. Chisel Mario is kind of like Tanuki Mario when he has the statue form, which he can't really do much in this form. Yes, he can crush down on people when he's in the air, but considering the fact that we're basing it off of what he is now, he would be in this form the entire time, which should probably be hard to damage him, but he really couldn't do much to you, but probably lay on you. Parabones can actually play dead and dodge enemy attacks, and he can also maybe rebuild himself into multiple different versions, but he can also throw bone projectiles and even fly, so why not? Pokeos have a pretty diverse moveset in Mario Odyssey alone already. They can pretty much stick into walls, fling upward, or spin around, stick their beaks into ground, and even peck at people, so I think they would be pretty cool in Smash. Volbonin Mario, or Fork Mario, can just pretty much fling himself like the pole. There's nothing else to it, unless he could just start stabbing people with a fork. That would be kind of dangerous, but why not? Bowser Mario would be great and all, if only we didn't have Bowser already in Smash Ultimate, so there's no point. I think it would be so cool to play as Charging Chuck because what he does is he charges you with his shoulder down like a football player, and he could have a whole bunch of like cool sports moves. Maybe he kicks footballs at you like in the Super Mario World days, or throws baseballs at you, hits baseballs with you, hits you with a baseball bat. I think it'd be pretty fun to play as this brute football player and just this super athletic sports player. I think it'd be dope. For our final four, we have Picture Match Mario, which is just like little puzzle pieces of Mario that you put together. We have the New Donk City Mario Letters, which is just letters that spell Mario, but I'm gonna give it a shot. You know why? Because I can kind of see it being like a Tetris thing where they're like falling on enemies and like rearranging the letters. And maybe you could spell different things to create different, I don't know why. It's gonna work though, watch. We have the giant generator from the power plant, which is another piece of a puzzle that you just roll around until you can fit into the slot. Nothing here. And last but not least, we have none other than Yoshi himself. But of course, Yoshi's already in Smash, and he really doesn't add anything new here in Super Mario Odyssey. Alright guys, now we bring it down to our final four. And the final four will be Tropical Wiggler, Pokio, Gushin, and Chargin' Chuck. Now the first one to lead the list will be Pokio. Pokio has a really good moveset in Mario Odyssey already, but it's kind of hard for me to come up with a more dynamic, unique one for him since he already has a lot of beak moves. But besides his beak, he really doesn't have much. He can't fly and he can't really do anything else, and he's a relatively small character. The next one leaving, taking third place, will be Tropical Wiggler. As cool as it would be to wrap people around and extend your body in multiple ways, that's pretty much the general gist. I don't know if I can really add in the fact that he could throw segments of his body. That might be going too far, so thanks to that, it is kind of jumping the gun, and it's probably not going to work so well. And the winner of the Super Mario Odyssey Capture Royale for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is Charging Chuck. Charging Chuck just simply was the coolest to me. As a sport fan, I love anything that's sport integrated in video games, and to see Charging Chuck come from these different type of football players and baseball players and stuff from the past games such as Super Mario World, I think his moveset could be pretty cool just to be kind of sports themed. Maybe it could just be the theme of all the different Mario sports titles. Maybe you can have a golf club, a baseball bat, and he could have the most potential, and I think it would cover a pretty good chunk of what Nintendo makes is sports titles, and I think that would have been really cool. But like always guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed the video, please like it. It helps the video to get out there and grow, and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date on everything I post. Also guys, let me know in the comments who you thought should have won. Should Charging Chuck took the trophy, or should somebody else stepped up to the mic? Thank you for letting me know, guys. You keep the comments alive every single video. And also let me know who should be next. What type of characters or what group of characters should I compete against for the next Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Battle Royale? But thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya, guys.
Shake off the chains, you're running free. You'll be amazed at all that there is to see. Together we're racing for the goal, and no one can stop us now.